A report on a recent study into productivity amongst students. In our research study, we assessed the productivity levels of 16 to 18-year-old students. The aim was to find out which situations led to an increase in the students' productivity levels while they are studying. We chose a group of 250 students and asked them to keep a diary over a 6-month period. In these diaries they wrote down how much time they spent studying every day and what they achieved. At the start of the study, we asked all the students to make a change to their study habits. We wanted to find out what effect this change would have on the students' productivity. We repeated this process at the start of every month for the rest of the study to look at the effects of varying study habits. Our analysis of the students' diaries resulted in some interesting conclusions. We noticed that most students' productivity levels increased significantly when they got up earlier to study before school. This was even true for students who had said they weren't very efficient when they studied early in the morning. On the other hand, most students' productivity levels declined significantly when they regularly studied until late into the evening. Another interesting finding was that studying with other students had a very positive effect on some students' productivity levels, but a very negative effect on other students' productivity levels. In conclusion, we can state that studying in the morning seems to help most students to become more productive, but the effects of other factors, like whether or not students study alone, vary depending on the individual. Trying to raise my productivity levels. Week 1 I tried dividing my study time into 25-minute periods and taking breaks between them. I can understand the logic of doing this, and I'm sure it helps some people to concentrate better because they only have to concentrate for short periods. However, the big drawback for me was that I kept looking at the time to see when it was time to have a break. Looking back, I suppose I should have set an alarm instead so I didn't have to do that, and then it might have been more helpful for me. I decided to always do the task that I found the most difficult first, and, of course, this was quite hard to do at first because it isn't what you naturally want to do. However, I kept going with it, and after a few days, I noticed how it was helping me to manage my time better and meant that I made a better job of the unpleasant tasks than did before. This definitely had a positive impact on my productivity. I liked the idea of making a study plan because thought it would help me to get better organized. It definitely helped me to feel less stressed about what I needed to do because I wrote down exactly what I had to do in a list, and that made it seem easier to get everything done. I was surprised by what a big difference the study plan made. I'm definitely going to carry on making study plans. Skills for life. When you make a change to the way you study or in any other area of your life, you need to evaluate it. Has this change had any positive effects? Has this change had any negative effects? Which effects have had a greater impact? Evaluate the effects to make decisions about whether to continue with the change or to try something else.